तिरंगा उठा दो सब मिलके बोलो, इंडिया इंडिया आवाज खोलो, एम से बढ़कर ये है शान, दिल में बसा हिंदुस्तान। इंडिया 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 टीम इंडिया सिंह लॉबी से निकले सपने हैं बड़े, ग्लोबल स्टेज पे अब कदम है पड़े, दिन हो या रात सिर्फ एक ही एम, इंडिया का नाम दुनिया कर क्लेम। हर कच में जान, हर फाइट में फायर, हर प्लेयर का लेवल गेट इन हाई, तिरंगा उठे सब बोले लाओ, टीम इंडिया आ गई, मेक द नेशन प्राउड। झुकना ना झुकना, हर मैच में बस कितना, एक तिरंगा के जुनून, इंडिया कमिंग सून। तिरंगा उठा दो स्काई के पार, इंडिया लिखेगा नया इतिहास, EWC में गूंजेगा नाम टीम इंडिया, फॉरएवर स्ट्रांग। हर हार्ट बीट बोले इंडिया, हर आवाज बोले इंडिया, एक ही ड्रीम एक ही जान, जीतेगा इंडिया हिंदुस्तान। जीरो से हीरो ग्राइंड नॉन स्टॉप, प्रेशर आए तो भी नेवर गonna ड्रॉप, एम लॉक माइंडसेट कोल्ड, इंडिया प्लेयर्स मेड ऑफ गोल्ड। हर लॉबी में सिर्फ एक ही वाइब, इंडिया's coming, feel the hype, क्राउन हमारा, टाइम हमारा, EWC पे राज हमारा। तिरंगा उठा दो सब मिलके बोलो, इंडिया इंडिया आवाज खोलो, एम से बढ़कर ये है शान, दिल में बसा हिंदुस्तान। इंडिया 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 टीम इंडिया सिंह से निकले सपने हैं बड़े, ग्लोबल स्टेज पे अब कदम है पड़े, दिन हो या रात सिर्फ एक ही एम, इंडिया का नाम दुनिया कर क्लेम। हर कच में जान, हर फाइट में फायर, हर प्लेयर का लेवल गेट इन हाई, तिरंगा उठे सब बोले लाओ, टीम इंडिया आ गई, मेक द नेशन प्राउड। झुकना ना झुकना, हर मैच में बस कितना, एक तिरंगा के जुनून, इंडिया कमिंग सून। तिरंगा उठा दो स्काई के पार, इंडिया लिखेगा नया बोले इंडिया, हर आवाज बोले इंडिया, एक ही ड्रीम एक ही जान, जीतेगा इंडिया हिंदुस्तान। Zero से हीरो grind non-stop, pressure आए तो भी never gonna drop, aim lock mindset cold, India players made of gold, हर lobby में सिर्फ एक ही vibe, India's coming feel the hype, crown हमारा time हमारा, EWC पे राज हमारा। तिरंगा उठा दो सब मिलके बोलो, इंडिया इंडिया आवाज खोलो, एम से बढ़कर ये है शान, दिल में बसा हिंदुस्तान। One team, one nation, team and gang, India, 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 team, India team. Let's go! लॉबी से निकले सपने हैं बड़े, ग्लोबल स्टेज पे अब कदम है पड़े, दिन हो या रात सिर्फ एक ही एम, इंडिया का नाम दुनिया कर क्लेम, हर कच में जान हर फाइट में फायर, हर प्लेयर का लेवल गेट इन हाई, ब्रो तिरंगा उठे सब बोले लाउड, टीम इंडिया आ गई, मेक द नेशन प्राउड, झुकना ना झुकना हर मैच में बस कितना, एक तिरंगा के जुनून, इंडिया कमिंग सून, तिरंगा उठा दो स्काई के पार, इंडिया लिखेगा नया इतिहास, EWC में गूंजेगा नाम टीम इंडिया, फॉरएवर स्ट्रांग, हर हार्ट बीट बोले इंडिया, हर आवाज बोले इंडिया, एक ही ड्रीम एक ही जान, जीतेगा इंडिया हिंदुस्तान।
क्या तो चिकन को निकाले पहले बता भाई।
Wild survival stage. What do you think of the results?
I mean, see, I'm already winning that one. I was a little bit upset by their performance in the group stage, but you know what? They brought it back in that survival stage. And QZZ doing QZZ things, putting up big numbers. But Milu, I wanted to see a player perform on the same level as QZZ on the international stage. Milu, a 1v4 versus RRQ, putting them down in that elimination stage, and able to actually become the MVP of survival stage. I'm very impressed. But I feel like one of the biggest storylines were in the last few games, Kalaris, the teams were able to barely make it back up, and that has to bring up the conversation about Ulf.
Yeah, it really does. That last game, getting them over the finish line, and you could see the emotion and kind of the relief on their faces when they were able to get that victory. This is a team, Ulf, of course, that arguably coming in. A lot of pundits, a lot of experts had them in their top 5, if not trying to challenge for the championship as a whole. So for them to squeak in towards the end of the survival stage, it feels like some vindication has been done here for Ulf, right?
Yeah, I mean, definitely. Every single player doing great. I mean, Aaron and Ketch doing great. But you know what? The player that I would say was the MVP of Ulf was Scarface.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. He came out of nowhere and said, you know what, guys? I got this one. I'll do it myself, and qualify us into the grand final. So Ulf, right now, I would say I got that glimmer of hope, just like we had at PMGC last year, or even PMGO Season 1 this year in Jakarta, that they can be on the podium and maybe break that second place curse.
And that's just a few of the world-class teams that are going to be representing here in the final for PMWC at EWC 26. You want to stay tuned. You want to see all of these teams fight for that grand prize pool.
Thank you, special reporter Kalar is coming in with the information now. Let's talk about the club championship. AGAL got eliminated.
They did.
They are no longer in.
Lace, don't forget that we still have Vitality, and we still have Aurora, that if they finish in the top 8, or if they end up winning, I mean, they'll get a cool 1,000 points for that CC.
Never interrupt me again, Seven. But that's fine. Glitter, with our CC update, is going to interrupt and on standby to bring us the club championship update.
चलो टीम OG.
As we head into finals for PUBG Mobile, and as we prepare for the penultimate championship weekend here at EWC, as is tradition, it's time for another club championship update, because this is what all of our clubs are fighting for. The title, the honor, the ability to etch their names in the history books of EWC. So let's talk about what that means for this weekend. Over on the Allianz Vault, we have the likes of Liquid, Falcons, AGAL, all fighting for points in their respective games. And honestly, they're going into semifinals today, whittling it down to top 4. It's going to be a big one. Then at the STC Arena, a little bit of a repeat here, because we also have Falcons in the running, and we're also keeping our eyes on Vitality, which could be a big one, as Vitality is in 4th overall in our CC leaderboard. But as we take a look towards our stage at PUBG Mobile, we get Vitality yet again. They are one of our big teams, expected to do well. But the real question is, will the likes of Four Thrives, Orangutan, or even Tiamba take those points away from them? Will Vitality be able to usurp Falcons or AGAL? This is the perfect week and opportunity for them to do so. We're going to have a lot of updates coming your way over the next couple days. And as we know more, of course, we'll make sure to let you know.
Thank you to our special reporting, being able to cut class and just do that CC update. Thank you, Glitter. But we gotta talk about Sony's story of the day here, because this is the finals, and there's some teams, Lace, that have just been outperforming like crazy. Vitality being one of those.
Of course, Vitality, they were able to get the exact same score that Four Thrives did over 2 days. So if you don't understand how much of a juggernaut team this is, well, then you better wait and lock in.
Yeah, another one that we saw there as well is Godlike. I personally have Godlike finishing in the top 5. This team, for a first international event from India, they have been performing so well. And is that Snacks Gaming that I see? By turn left. Did I say Snacks? It's good. Maybe we'll get a chance to talk to him later on. But we do have some more special reporters, none other than Maxman and Amatura. Let's see what they're up to.
And here we have it. We are here at the Analyst Corner for some good old PMWC 2026 at EWC 2026 breakdown. And I'm going to be joined by some co-analysts here to break down everything that might be happening this following weekend. First of all, we got Michael, Niptura, Jackson right here at the stage. How are we doing, Niptura?
Very well indeed. I'm not going to do what you want me to do. I'll save that for later. But for now, yeah, we're looking very good, excited for the finals. We all dressed up for the occasion. We are ready to go.
Yeah, with that said, looking at the teams, I know that Niptura, you really want to jump in on Godlike, because this team came out of nowhere in Group B and made it straight into the finals.
I mean, out of nowhere is a pretty good description of it. We were not expecting too much, simply because of the lack of experience compared to the other groups, right? The other players, the other teams. But they performed very, very well. I mean, we had them coming in second in the groups overall, only by 1 point ahead of Aurora, you know, a few points behind For Thrives, who had a big group stage. And the back-to-back wins on Miramar and Rondo over the span of both days was just really, really nice. I really enjoyed how they've been playing. They play more compact. They look for those positions. And in a lobby like this is working out very well. So, yeah, I'm excited to see what they got today.
I feel like a lot of people, especially when it comes to Godlike, are highlighting, you know, they're looking at S-Power, they're looking at Admino. I want to say Some in particular has been doing absolutely fantastic for the entirety of Godlike. So you can see a little bit of a B shot there, them getting ready for this event. But you know what? Godlike is one of the many teams that are going to be here trying to compete for that trophy this weekend. But you know what? I feel like we need an extra analyst possibly to join the desk right here. But we have to summon him.
Oh, yes.
Niptro, so you ready? 3, 2, 1. Vitality. Oh, no. Oh, no. Okay, wait.
Okay,
Time to, okay? Wait, we're going to do it one more time.
Yeah.
Vitality!
Vitality!
Hey! So Vitality, what are we thinking, Blank?
Hi there, my name's Blank, special reporter coming in for Vitality so far, doing incredibly well. Razy and Razak, my boy Ray, as well as Federales and Axel, looking fantastic at the moment. I think Axel's been in a huge amount of work, as has Federales, opening up a completely new style of shotgun play, which looks completely ridiculous in Game 2. But that's my special report for Vitality.
Oh, thanks for the insight. Also, Axel, by the way, the IGL between some big numbers, especially on that one game against Horror on the beaches west of George Pole. So this team, with how impressive they were in the opening day of their respective group, which was Group B, right, Niptro and Blank, can we see something similar going into this one, Blank, Mr. Vitality?
Ooh, Mr. Vitality. Yeah, I do think that Vitality is going to do very well here. The spiritual successors, of course, but I do think they're going to do very, very well. I think that there's not a player on that team that doesn't look incredibly good at the moment. And the funny thing for me right now, Neptura, is that Razy and Razak aren't particularly the guys that are stepping up the heat, despite so much talk about them. Axel and Federales have come in looking very hot, and I think that's the most promising thing.
Absolutely. I think if you look at any of the stronger teams in globally, just the global circuit, you're going to see players that all have very, very aggressive gunplay skill despite their various roles, right? You don't have just one or two. It's very, very nice to see that come through for them. So, yeah, it's very, very strong looking. And also the fact that they can get so many wins, we were talking about that in the group stage, right? We get so many of those wins, it makes it interesting for that Smash rule that we actually could have a lot of hope for this team to actually come through the pressure and get that win.
Yeah, it's very nice that like For Thrives, they can actually get wins, because if they do gain contention for the Smash ruling and the trophy, actually that could put them in a really good contention to be crowned your PMWC 2026 champions. Now, we already talked about one of the Indian teams. I think it's time to focus on the other Indian team, which is going to be Orangutan. Niptura, you already talked about them, so Blank, Orangutan, what are we thinking today?
You know what? I think Orangutan, for them, I think right now they're looking very, very good. I think a lot of the emphasis, though, has to be on Aru, though. I got to talk to him a fair few times this event. Lovely guy, by the way. Really, really lovely guy. Great chatter. I mean, I talk a lot. I talk a lot, you see. And I think that's sometimes a problem for other people. But for Aru, good as me, I could just sit there and listen to him all day. But he's bringing a lot of the eliminations. He's also bringing a lot of the guidance to the squad. Yes. Now, there were a couple of moments. I think we're actually seeing on screen now one of those moments, which was a little bit difficult right now for Orangutan. They moved up on this one versus Flash. They struggled a little bit on the gunfight. However, they ended up winning that game. It looked a little bit shaky. I think that they solved a lot of the issues coming after that. But yeah, I do think the rest of the team needs to develop around Aru, essentially.
Yeah, I think Aru's got some great ideas and he's got some great direction. It's just that synergy that has to come through. I think probably there's a little bit of, I don't want to say the word panic, that's a very strong word, but when you are in these high pressure situations, it's your first PMWC, whatever, you are going to go, oh my God, they're everywhere, and you're going to have a little bit of a freak out, and they've really worked on that. They've solved so much of that, and so yeah, it is looking really, really nice for them. So very, very hopeful for this squad to actually do big things here.
Yeah, very hopeful. We'll see how high they can actually rank up in the finals. But with that said, a final team I'd like to talk about here, which is actually the team I predicted to be the champion. So I'm sorry, guys, but I'm going to go for Team Flash. Team Flash, I think, is a team that has been getting better and better and better every time we see them play. And I feel like now they're at level, Blank, where maybe a trophy is in the cards for these guys.
Womp womp.
Yeah.
Wait.
Predicted by Max. Womp womp.
Sorry. So they're going to be in 16th place.
Yeah, probably. To be fair, though, for Flash, I think that they did quite well, all things considered, because last time we saw them this year, they looked fairly unconvincing. They looked scared. They looked like they didn't have it in them from what was basically a rookie upstart squad who were testing a lot of other squads, right? Poking at them, nipping at their heels. They suddenly play this really passive game. I think some of that aggression's coming back now, and that's good news going in towards the finals.
Yep. Go for it.
No, I do. I agree. I want to see more from them, though. I think in the group stage, you know, they've been heralded as a very, very aggressive, forward-playing team, and I think in the group stages we didn't see that as much as I was expecting to. I would like to see more of that in the finals, but you know what? It could be just a simple thing of, like a lot of teams do, they saving it for the finals, and so I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm not going to hold that against them. I want to see what they got here today.
They do kind of remind me of 4 Thrives in the sense that every player has that clutch factor, and it's especially interesting. They go from PMGC last year to qualifying because of an airdrop on Miramar, barely able to squeak their way into the finals. So now, actually being a team that consistently are able to qualify straight into the finals of these big international events. So Flash, I feel like, could be a big surprise, especially as they picked up the mantle of Deep Xavier earlier this year, right?
Yeah.
Could be.
Could be happening.
Also, last thing, Chicken.
Whoa, Chicken right there. There you go. Check him out. He's very cool. Check out the booth right here at EWC 2026. With that said, thanks so much for joining the analyst corner here for PMWC 2026. We'll throw it right back to Lace and 7WG.
Yes, thank you so much to our special reporters, Max and Neptura. I don't know where we got the budget to fit Blank in there. I thought we spent it on him saying Vitality 100 times. However, our players are now arriving and getting ready for the show. 7, I do believe we are missing one caster.
We are. Oh, not again. Not again. He ended up missing last year on the final day of PMGC. We cannot have that happen again. Let's send our special reporter, Talares, who's going to be looking for none other than John Allen.
Here, reporter for PUBG Mobile here at PMWC, and a major problem has occurred. It seems we've let one of our commentators out in the wild here, and we've got to actually wrangle him and get him back in. So it looks like maybe a little bit of movement's going on here, actually. I don't know if they're actually going to be able to capture him. This is the problem with commentators. A lot of the times, they just go wild. They somehow get... He's on the move. He's on the move. Okay, no, we've actually got to be able to try and find him as quickly as possible here. He seems to be hiding. I'm not exactly sure if we're going to be able to capture him. This specimen, in fact, actually has a microphone already. You can see he's dangerous. He's very dangerous. He has a microphone already. That means he's actually ripe for the commentator desk already. They might be able to actually capture him here. They've caught him cornered a little bit. I don't think he's very interested in it, but he might take to it. Let's see if we can place down some bait or something like that. Some bait actually might be able to work. Usually chicken dinners are the prime meal of a commentator here for PUBG Mobile. Will they be able to make it happen? This is a tense moment. John Allen? It looks... I think they might actually have it. They might have it. They might have the John Allen. It looks like... Oh! Did you see that? Get a close-up of that. Get a close-up of that. I think they've got him. Unbelievable scenes here at PMWC. Oh, that was close.
As an Australian, I would have caught him a lot faster.
I'm just glad we caught him, okay? This man was on a loose. We weren't able to find him yesterday during the day off, and I'm just glad we're able to set some bait to actually find him.
Absolutely, he needs to lock in just as much as our players, 7.
They really do, because there is an alert right now going on, and that is that the players are ready. We are ready to rock and roll here at PMWC at EWC 26. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the finals, baby. I'm ready.
Let's go, Team Godlike. OG. OG. चैट में स्पैम हो जाए होना चाहिए टीम गॉडलाइक टीम ओजी टीम इंडिया स्पैम होना चाहिए स्पैम कर दो स्पैम स्पैम कर दो भाई इसको स्पैम है चलो फाइनल आज में कोई जीतना चाहिए इंडिया से कोई भी जीतना चाहिए भाई
Months of preparation, thousands of hours played, and sacrifices have led to this point. Life-changing money sits on the horizon, and a legacy that dreams are made of.
We saw it in the group stage, we saw it in the survival stage. These teams are here for a reason, and every single one of them can actually clutch it all and become our PMWC champion.
Today marks the beginning of a 3-day gauntlet that each of our teams have to navigate. Each day more intense than the last.
Party, I think we don't have to wait. The players look really ready, and it is time for us to welcome our finalists on the GODL City grid, starting with
Oof Esports!
Esports! Furia!
Nongshim Red Force!
Al Hula Club Esports!
Al Hula Club Esports!
Tianba!
S2G Esports!
S2G Esports! First time, bhai!
Nigma Galaxy!
Nigma Galaxy!
Hora Esports!
Hora Esports!
Team Flash!
Team Flash! चल ओजी गोडलैक मारो
Godlike Esports!
Godlike! Mania! It's so sure, man! Godmino!
Aurora Gaming!
Aurora Gaming! Top dog!
EDA Esports!
EDA Esports! Orangutan! Let's go, Orangutan!
Team Vitality!
Vitality!
And finally, 4 Thrives Esports! We can't emphasize enough the importance of the next 3 days. On Sunday, we will crown the greatest team in the world. So start as you mean to go on.
Absolutely no room for mistake. If you want to be the best team in the world, you need to prove it from the very first day. The PMWC finals at EWC 2026 starts right now.
Let's go! Light us better, let it sleep.
Players from all corners of the world laser focused on one thing, the title of PMWC champion. Fight smarter, adapt faster, and deliver when the pressure is at its peak. That is what it takes to keep this dream alive.
So welcome to the PMWC at EWC 2026.
And RRQ are looking to do it here. Pushing up close and personal. Milu with the nade! Turning the tables! And he's doing this all by himself! What? It's the Swan Wipe 1v4 from Milu!
Let's put the 11th on the board. Looking for Teasy, is it a self-denial? It might be. Get to double digits on the elims and burn yourself down to the ground. What a shutdown. 108 points in 6 matches.
Nade misses, Darkin peaks. That's on target.
Headshot. Good shot. Follow-up there. HG takes him away as Turney K falls. Mormon closes the gap in the shotgun standoff, but will he win it? No!
Are you kidding me? What a finish. It's Ida. S-Power is just insane. He's been throwing heat-seeking missiles all game long and opening the fight for his team. A full 4v4. S2G tried to catch a couple of their players off guard, but it's S-Power, baby. You can't shut him down that easy.
You can't stop S-Power, and you cannot silence Godlike in this moment. Adamino
Wow,
for the closing
yeah,
play.
S-Power.
As Godlike take this chicken dinner with ease.
That is how you do it here, folks. And you can see the look on their faces saying, make some noise, Paris. It's Godlike's time to shine.
You see on Rondo, it is madness in the Ox Factory.
Nice.
A big nade threaded on up, and it's finding 1 and 2. Falak charges on forwards, and they're cutting the rosters in half. Another one right up in his face. They go wide. Top's moving around the side. Aurora, a difficult beast to handle.
ये भाई ओजी का नाम गोल्डा का नाम भाई कोई भाई दोनों जो कोई जीते भाई
The run coming through from India, but it's not
India का नाम
happening. They will
आगे आना
not be
चाहिए भाई
silenced. They will not be
दोनों
shut
को पूरा
up
full
here.
support
Aru still going strong. A tanky underneath, looking to get the shots in. But Flash moves around the side. He's whipping the shots, unfortunately. But finally, they will hit the last shot. India grabs the back-to-back. From day 1 to day 2, this team looks clean.
It's time to crush some dreams of 10 teams. Can I get you to press this button and open up the iris? Oh, with a bit of vigor. I like it. I'd like you to pull on this in 3, 2, 1. Send them home. Let's go. There we go.
I don't think we could have set the stage better ourselves. So it's ironic that we were featured in that nice little collection of replays there, Blank. An incredible way to give you a glimpse into what's gone on over the past couple days. But it's going to get even more climactic here. The best of the best return to the lobby, and this is where dreams truly do become reality.
I'm slouching, but hopefully the players aren't, because this is a day, right? Day 1 always gives you the most freedom, the most chance to get a big buffer online without that stress. Because we saw that come through in survival stage. Yeah, teams were sweating, teams were shaking in their boots. But it's time to get boots on the ground over on Rondo very, very soon for our first match of the day. Who's going to grab that gargantuan point total? Can someone try and repeat something similar to E-Arena? Maybe not the same, because that's once in a lifetime type of a deal.
Well, if there was a time to pull it out, try and elevate a world record even further, hey man, there's no better stage for it, no better crowd, no more excitement and anticipation than right here, right now, live from the Qiddiya City grid at PMWC, at EWC 2026. 3 years of intense competition, twice we've had brand new champions crowned, and this year we'll get another one.
Never going to be the same year at this rate, with Yangon being Yangon.
It
is time to crown a new victor. Who's going to be the defending champion? Will they be able to defend it next time? But right now, all that matters is getting those points online. Playing path is in the air for day 1 of finals. Match 1, Rondo. Let's get it started.
Energy in the arena already. It's good to hear you, Paris. Let's keep that energy going throughout the day. We'll set the stage for you.
Team India,
We've had some pretty good games of Rondo, mate. You touched on the arena there. That was something to be remembered. But the consistency and the level of aggression we've seen from these teams back in their respective groups was intense. Now we put that all together. A big hodgepodge of talent. They're going to be stepping over each other, Blanks.
I mean, they will have to, because there's going to be bodies on the ground shortly. As soon as these players start dropping in. Arena here, though, teams do need to be worried. They've been taking this little odd stadium drop where they've been searching out players from different teams on their res beacon positions. Now, if you are remembering our game versus Alpha 7, just the other day, on Survival Stage Day 2, they had a real tough time of it. They were able to hold out, but E-Arena made their lives extremely difficult, but it wasn't just them. So let's see what E-Arena can get done, because a lot of teams are going to be taking those res beacons off towards the northwest side with this playing path as the fights do open up towards Yulin.
गन पावर दिखा दे, गन पावर दिखा
Just
दे
how
इनको,
hot
गन
these drops
पावर.
going to be and how much
समझ में आया?
aggression is going to come out instantly. We see that opening
Nice,
up
what
from the
did
side
Amaro
of
tell
Four Thrives as Razy on Vitality starts to let some bullets fly. Two players on Orangutan instantly being knocked off their feet as well. That's 3 points achieved for Tiamba in a matter of seconds here, Black.
QZZ already hitting the knocks left, right, and center. Milu up to 4. QZZ on 2. 6 eliminations in 1 minute 47. That is an incredible result already for Tiamba, and they should be able to get the easy res peak, and they've already cleared out most of the damn teams in that position.
Yeah, that's an unbelievable start for Tiamba. A powerhouse in the survival stage, and again delivering early into Rondo. Orangutan being forced out as well as Horror look to try and claim a few more points for themselves. 3 points for Horror, 3 in the back pocket for Nonshin Red Force, and that big 6 total for Tiamba already.
Oh my days, I mean, just coming through, Milu was just slashing at them. He
Bhai,
pretty
garam
much
ho
cut
chukka
through the
Tiamba.
entirety of 4 Thrives there, left them in ribbons by the end of it. I'm pretty sure he was up against guns as well, but he just brought the knife close quarters outside the pagoda. Real samurai here on Rondo.
Start as you mean to proceed, it seems, then, for Tiamba on today's games. Sleepy taking the clash back over to Zizzy there from Galaxy. Going to be able to force him out early. Nice. Ooh, that's a great lineup, bud. Lord coming swiftly in with that one onto S2G.
Nice.
Gorgeous stuff here. For S2G, got to chat with him for a little bit. They were saying that they have the aggression, and that's what they're bringing here in the finals. It's what lacked a little bit of. But for their Turkish team, they were looking to bring that aggression over in the group stages. They're looking to bring it again here. They've had a lot of time to study those teams, but Lost moves up and already is down. It's Kamikaze, the man with it all to give. 1 nade, 1 dream. Good damn.
Yeah, it's nice bit of chip damage on the peak. Oh, wow. Lord trying to lean into it. The pre-fire back from Kamikaze on low HP will at least secure that one. Ralph goes in aggro, though, with the shotty. Absolutely pumps them full of buckshot.
Okay, at least at distance is able to recall the team back into action. We do have a Western circle. We didn't get to talk about too much. Flash already has tops in that region, so Jiao Ting currently covered, but that place can hold a lot of teams late game. Eren now coming against Win, bears them out HP, but at distance, it's Milu once again. Tiamba up to 8 probably after this.
This is the dream start for Tiamba. And Milu, the fact that he's got 6 individual eliminations alone, mate, he was just popping off back in the games we'd seen previously. If he feeds the hot hand and can keep this going throughout the whole day, good luck.
It's the buffer that we're talking about. And there's no luck involved, but there is luck involved over on the lucky spin, which you can join in with us in-game right now for the 2026 PMWC, for the exclusive 2026 PMWC tournament set, which you can see on screen regularly in-game. Make sure to try your chances just like QZZ. And this spray down with the S12K. We are looking at 2 eliminations per minute.
Unreal reactions as well.
No finishes.
Coming out swinging today. We know mechanically they're very gifted as individuals, but they're putting it all on the line. And hey man, that's the way to do it, right? We were touching on the fact if you can have a huge pop-off game on Rondo, the extra buffer of points from the sheer quantity of additional eliminations you can garner from this battleground, it's worth its weight in gold, especially in a 3-day finals environment like this. You gotta get in there and get stuck into the thick of it, and Tiamba are doing just that.
Again, for Tiamba, their biggest success in the survival stage was the fact that they started out so incredibly hot, where it felt like all the weight was off them a lot of times. At Milu making that 1v4 look real easy, I think that came from the fact that they had nothing to lose at that point. They were already in. They're just pushing a little bit further there. We haven't talked about it too much so far on the cast, but we do have Smash ruling this event. And not only does that mean that, yes, you can win technically, game 2, but it also means the further you are ahead, the harder it is for teams to catch up to you to also get into that Smash ruling. So we are looking for more similar results to Four Thrives as well as Vitality in terms of how far they sent themselves ahead in those rankings to make it difficult for any team to catch up to really engage that smash ruling on the final day. Might be coming down to match 6, honestly.
Yeah, it will be a fun little storyline to see how that affects things going into the last day of competition. How big of a barrier that'll be, and really if other teams will have to rise up to the occasion for it to even be a potential pipeline for them. That's one for the future though, but now it's in the back of your mind. You have that context with just how much these early points matter for some of our squads. Two sides that you touched on there, though, of course, being Vitality and 4 Thrives. They were dominant in both of their respective groups. Easily the best squads we saw when it came to how consistent they looked and how aggressive they were. Yeah, Vitality even kind of completely blowing away what we thought was the upper limit when they then played their group, right?
I think they knocked it out by 1 point, but even that 1 point is a hard point to squeeze out in such a short amount of games. For Tiamba, it's a little less impressive, I would say, just because you are playing with the dregs coming through from the group stage. We already did send what we assumed to be our best 10 teams forward there. Yeah. Even so, Tiamba still looked very strong, and for them, it was more a case of switching it on in those moments. And they've done exactly that. It looks like all the lights are on at home right now for Tiamba. They are burning the midnight fuel. It's crazy. Actually wild. Speed at which he was, the speed at which he was like, so was that 1v4 again actually? Now I'm thinking about it, technically.
It feels like it is, especially when you then factor in, by the way, we had the one clean 1v4 he won. We then had a 1v4 attempt towards the end of survival stage that resulted in a winning free elix to going down as the last guy. Yeah, like the conversion rate we've had on raw 1v4s from him has actually been unbelievable.
I think we're more astonished that that might be a 1v4. I mean, we didn't even clock it because it's like, is he just doing this repeatedly?
Full-on Butcher Blade coming out from Milu, chopping everyone to bits.
Crazy. Love to see it. So it goes over towards that northern side. A bit of an awkward res beacon on this one as well, down towards the lake. Definitely possible to go for, but you get caught out on the bridges coming out from that area a fair few times here, Jackie, and also there will be teams playing around that spot, trying to hold teams out. Orangutan, though, nice rotate on the north side, will be able to get them further into the circle. Tiamba, Vitality all on the back foot here, as well as Ulf. Aurora holding a 2-2 split. I think they've realized because they're so far down towards the south, likely better just try and clear their back angles and then look for maybe a major rotate on the west or the east side later on.
Nice.
Shades of Stadium for E-Arena, a position they'd love to play towards in a final circle, but let's see if they can win out versus Orangutan. Straight through the door, and it's easy cleanup on the opening 2 players. Aaron Wisgard down in a matter of seconds. Back down to a duo once again.
There as well. Just leaves Orangutan just on one singular player, AKOP, who is sending for a res beacon. I think he might go far Bailey on this, actually, Jackie. I don't think he's going to stop off early over towards the lake. Like we said before, you get a res off there. Teams know it's happening. They will hold you out. So he is forced to go for the long rotate. But honestly, for Orangutan, it's not terrible because they can just swing back in from that northern side, and it's fairly free with where most of the teams dropped off down towards the south.
Yeah, thankfully he's got just enough time. Pulls slightly further out as well, hedges his bets as he goes up towards the top of the north side, going to get that recall in. See Vitality on screen here as well. Just the one elim to start us off with, Razy. I mean, you said it yourself, mate, doing your little special report on Vitality. Razak and Razy, that's been a hell of a duo. They're like the Cray twins, bro. You're just terrified when you see them coming at you.
Yeah, you are. I mean, one of them the double hammers as well. It's a bit of a nightmare, honestly, and they are always looking for a proper shootout. But it's nice to see Axel as well as Federales. I mean, Axel really astonished me. Because there had been so much talk about Razy and Razak, and Federales has also had a massive amount of tenure throughout the entirety of PUBG Mobile, but Axel was just swinging and not missing. So that's what gives me a lot of hope, and I'm very, very excited to see this team perform as this tournament goes on, just because of how good all of them have been playing individually and as a unit. Take a look at Godlike, though. They're over towards that center side. I think Godlike
showed us something different from their region. Honestly,
they
had some great aggression. I think they've been making little adaptations here and there, figuring things out as they go along. But genuinely, were impressive. They were second best inside of their group, only beat out by Vitality. To be fair play, fair play.
Vitality really did get in there, mate. You got a little crunch down the zone here as well.
ये मैं GODL चिकन निकाल दे तो भाई मजा आ जाएगा.
Big names amongst the dead center of it all. Vitality, Enigma Galaxy as well. The representation from Aurora, another side that could have some surprises in store for us the longer this one goes on.
Yeah, Aurora
capability
to choke in the finals.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's their major issue. Every single player on that team has greatness inside of them. It just seems to dwindle a little bit once we get to a finals. And we've been asking for that not to be the case for the longest time. Don't believe in it, which is sad. But they are consistently always. Here, you can't really put them down too much for that. The fact they're in most of the finals is like that's already.
फिर अच्छा मैच जाएगा. हो जी. छाती पे हमार. हो जी. लाइट नहीं क्या है? इस पावर कितने किल? 4 के ऊपर किल करेगा. इस 4 किल करेगा या मैसेज स्पाइडी. 4 के ऊपर.
The only man. No, and he's back on the streets again. Milu scouting around, seeing if he can get a line of Zach over the cliff face. It's Ulf that aren't too far away.
He definitely memes on Bun, I mean, man. Every single one of our Milu and QDD, but these guys are playing back him. He's very good at that anchor tile. Generally, they'll have to go down. It's happens very well with the top. Egos, I think, was a big surprise. Yeah. We've got big names on the team. G Tyler, Charles also been loyal, but yeah, Egos was just really good as well. And we're getting towards our levels with a lot of teams involved. You somewhat deserve to be still on something else. It's like you like you should not ever
on top of the box. So much damage already done to 4. I think it's be a way to go down, and that's how fall down again.
You're down, Bobby. He's pushing up. Aiken will find another shot. Shots it out. This is looking very, very bad. And yeah, so always people have his
head now. Does it back up on Loki? He tops the back towards Blue. Somebody's to stop him. He was just you are in the someone will be on the reference. Three moves and coming in the record of all the set of footing.
Because they'll hit immediately. So much to roll over the line. We think we sell. We sell the side. This is keep the round. Actually, he is with it. What's on there? This is essential. Flash, we go on the side.
Put up another good one. Raw playing with a heart sign up. Game. On what's going on, but if you flick to the Elim feed, you can see Doc's doing damage. The scalpels come back out for a Jacob just trying to keep himself sustained and run the clock down on this one as long as possible. See if he can deny it out to the blue potentially, because if he goes running in there, that's just another point for Aurora.
He's trying to get an extra placing on this run, but I don't think anyone else is going down anytime soon. Still more.
Joel, the shrapnel hitting hard.
He knows.
Enigma.
He knows, Jackie.
Look at the lineup. Wants to get it behind the cover flare. Barely, but they bait him out enough. That's more chip damage. Coop's on half HP.
Molly.
Could be good.
Oh, this is annoying. This is very frustrating for Coops. It's really slowing them down. Giving quite a bit of time for Aurora to reposition off the back of this as well, because both the front targets have been distracted, discombobulated in the chaos. Thought it might be a little harder for Aurora to get back into the circle. They also know the north side's free after that original rotate from Reefus. Ralph had to go back up that angle, but they have all the knowledge in the world going forward here. They've opened up the full library on this game.
A lot of nades being baited out here by Coops as well. He's down to 2 nades and 1 Molotov. Ralph actually being isolated from his off-angle peek round the backside. That's half his HP gone. The vehicle detonates in front of him. One Blessing's got a little bit more cover to try peek off of, but no easy rotation.
Still the 4v4 here. Utility down to nothing on side of most of these players. It will just be a dry gunfight, and honestly, on top form, I do think Aurora beats them out on that. Coops and Lord, though, deadly duo. Prime at the 2 nades. Doc is up front. Is this the dockening once again? Takes 2 nades. Just will tank them. But there's 2 more coming, and I'm not sure he'll be able to do the same on the next. They both go wide. He's going to push forward into the smoke. We'll have to swing back, but one player goes down the back lines. It is top, and now Aurora's down to 2. Enigma Galaxy is making this happen.
They're standing tall right now. They want to convert this one into a chicken dinner win on game 1 as 2 of Aurora's players buckle under the pressure.
It's over.
Ruthless falls. It's all down to the last man in Joel. They need to isolate the peak as he hits Lord heavy, but he's gone. Cut short.
Oh,
the Aurora is gone.
That is insane. That is insane, Jackie. I got to eat my words on that one as well. I mean, for Enigma Galaxy, what a good game. Did say though, Aurora do like to choke.
The crazy thing is, it was probably the most fitting head-to-head of 2 teams we could have.
Yeah.
Similar contrasted play styles, the way they split off, confident their 2v2s, the off-angle aggression, but I started to get worried, man. Pointing to the map feed, seeing Doc charging in. Slight timing on the nades, it all collapses.
It's the docketing. It's happening again.
Bro, just absolutely come alive on that one.
Yeah, wonderful stuff. Actually wonderful stuff. I still think Aurora played that game very, very well, though. I think when you watch them in those moments, they are so clean on the shots here and there. I think it's just a little bit of a stumble towards the end there where you're trying to pull yourself out of those buildings. That is hard, getting back across the road. They don't have a huge amount of space to play with. Enigma Galaxy also has the high ground, so they set up well on this one. But yeah, good stuff from Enigma Galaxy. Again, Lord and Coops, though. That is a great duo. We're seeing a lot of fantastic duos be born here over at EWC and really spread their wings into these matches.
You can see him enjoying it as well. Ralph enjoying the celebration from the fans behind them there. Everyone in the arena popping off with Enigma Galaxy taking game 1. Stay tuned for even more.
good from the playstyles and the lobby structure to get a better understanding and to be able to predict better what the structure of the finals lobby would look like. And obviously we don't really fear anyone, but yeah, there are many respectable opponents that we need to respect in game as well, as much as we should, not more not less. So yeah, we are confident coming to the finals and looking at the survival stage. We know that when teams have like only one last chance, it's like they play more in pressure, and yeah, that's it.
All right, so I wanted to actually ask a bit of a fun question since we've got two fantastic teams here. I'll start with you, Aru. If you had to take a player from Admino's team and add them to your roster, who would you pick and why?
Maybe Espoir, because he's really consistent.
Okay. Same question to you, Admino. Who would you take from Aru's team and why?
Aru answers because he's a good IG.
What do you think about that? You think you're a good IGL? You think that's fair?
I don't know, I just work.
All right, so kind of final thoughts, kind of look at the finals as a whole here. I'll start with you, Admino. Well, what's your expectations here for the final? Obviously, it's an amazing lineup of 16 teams, arguably one of the best lineups of all time here at PMWC. So how do you think your chances are here?
Well, I wouldn't be saying anything. I'll just prove it by performing over it.
Perfect. How about you, Aru? What are you thinking for the final?
I'm just here to play and enjoy the 18 games because I love this game. I don't want to feel any pressure or, set unnecessary expectations from myself. If we are going to enjoy the game, inside the game, then we are definitely going to perform well as well.
Gentlemen, thank you very much for joining me, and best of luck today.
Thank you, Kalaris, for that amazing interview there with Admino and none other than Aru. But it does end up coming down to Aurora at the end, even though Enigma Galaxy won. Congratulations, Enigma Galaxy. I gotta give this team some props because we're finally seeing the MVPs show up for that squad. But Enigma Galaxy, Coops, especially at the end, what a surprise for them being able to come out with a win.
It's so nice. Just in my notes, I just have Coops because that's all you gotta say, really. I do. Can confirm. Yeah, see that? Yeah.
I can't read that.
Yeah, my handwriting's not great. But Coops was awesome. I really love the jump that they're coming through throughout that game, right? They played on that edge side. They waited for their moment. They bided their time. And what I loved particularly here, Max, was their push onto EA was not super aggressive. All they wanted was space inside the zone. They didn't go for that full push and that full clear of the team. They're just like, hey, we want some space. We're going to take it from you, take a couple of points as well, and then wait some more. I really liked that from them.
I have an idea, but this is just pure speculation. Maybe I'm reading too much into it, but I'm like, maybe they slowed down the fight into E-Arena, hoping Al-Ula would go for a third party, and then they could let them fight each other and pick off the rest. I don't know if that was the actual reasoning, but it's how it worked out in the end, and because of that fight in particular, they get a 23-pointer tied with Aurora Gaming.
Lace, and we get just pure aggressiveness right off the bat. This feels like a PMWC finals, baby, as 3 teams were able to get 13 or more eliminations. Aurora with the 17. Tiamba started off hot as well.
Man, I did not we came out of that survival. It's just I just love the fact, right, I'm just getting so excited, so passionate here, that the fact that they carried on the same momentum that they had. I mean, it was exceptional from them. Obviously took the hot drop seriously, which, shout out, love a hot drop taken seriously, and were able to capitalize and obviously recover the team. And it's just a crazy storyline from them, from bottom to the top. And I mean, I'm so excited to see what they can do next.
Yeah, for Tiamba, they're looking to carry that momentum that we saw out of them in survival. Something that you actually enjoyed watching that game is the plan B, the adjustments that Tiamba was able to do, Max.
Because they had a great hot drop, right? I think it was, 9 eliminations after the hot drop? Absolute mad start for these guys. And then they start losing players. They want to go for the recall, which is usually Tinglong Garden. But then Hora, coming out of nowhere, looking to chase down the recall player, which usually is Eagle in Tinglong Garden. And Eagle instant response, seeing we don't want to go out to Hora. We're going to go for an Eastern rotation, a bit out of their way. But by doing so, he gets the entire team back up, and they get 16 eliminations off the back of that. Eagle, definitely, maybe not in terms of elims, but the MVP of the game in terms of what he allowed his teammates to do this match.
Allowing the team to be able to come back, allowing the team to just be able to just be there for support. Allow the other players to just frag out. And for anybody that had Tiamba, Enigma Galaxy, or Aurora in your predictions, congratulations, because those teams have been performing quite well. If you haven't already, make sure you check out the EWC Play app. Go put in your predictions. You could end up getting some rewards there depending on what your predictions are. And no surprise here that it is Milu from Tiamba with the MVP once again. 8 eliminations. This man is just non-stop right now.
He is. You can't stop this man. He's just gonna go from better to better to better performance. Here we go, the head-to-head. You're seeing here 16 eliminations versus 17 of Aura. And if I'm not mistaken, Milu had at least 8 or 9 of those. So
you know how you just had some notes and it was just just Milu. Man, this man's just chasing that MVP at this point.
He is. He absolutely is. QCZ though.